You wake inside a silence that is already crowded. Not the clean silence of prayer, but a thick, ringing pressure, like bells submerged in blood. The air smells of damp earth and old wool. Mud clings to your thoughts. You are young, too young, and the voice knows your name before you do. It does not arrive as light. It arrives as weight, a tightening behind the eyes, a sound that is not sound, insisting. You try to swallow it, but it spreads, pressing against bone, filling the hollow places where childhood should still live. This is not comfort. This is command. You are Joan, though the world has not learned that yet. A peasant girl with split fingers and scraped knees, raised among animals and prayers memorized by rote. Your body is small, unremarkable, built for obedience, not revelation. And yet, something speaks through you, not asking permission. In a world where kings rule by blood and priests guard heaven like a locked room, the message has chosen the wrong mouth. Bells ring from the village church, heavy and dull, marking hours meant to keep people in place. Each toll feels like accusation. You kneel because kneeling is expected, but your spine trembles. You feel watched already, though no one is there. Belief forms early, sharp as a blade, slicing innocence from certainty. Awe blooms beside shame. If God speaks to you, what does that make you? Holy or obscene? The voice does not soften. It names battles you have never seen. It speaks of crowns and corpses, of blood soaked into fields, like rain that never dries. Your stomach turns. You are still learning how to be a girl, and already history is leaning its full weight onto your chest. Faith, you realize, is not gentle. It is heavy. It bends backs. You do not tell anyone at first. Silence becomes your shelter and your prison. But silence cannot survive certainty. Once belief hardens, it demands air. Words begin to leak through glances, through hesitation, through the way you listen too closely when men speak of war. And the moment the whisper escapes you, the world changes its posture. Power hears everything eventually. It watches miracles like crimes, measuring, recording, preparing. Because when a girl claims to hear God, order feels threatened. And order, when afraid, sharpens its knives. You feel the trap closing before it has teeth. Curiosity turns to scrutiny. Wonder turns to suspicion. The same mouths that whisper prayers begin counting your breaths, your gestures, your errors. They will ask for proof. They will ask for silence. And whichever you give, they will decide it is wrong. Because belief spoken aloud is a fire, and fire demands someone be burned. This is how watching begins, quietly, patiently, long before chains appear, long before judges speak, long before punishment learns your name and remembers it forever. The watching becomes a room, then another, then a corridor that never quite ends. You are led into spaces that smell of ink, sweat, and old fear, where words are sharper than blades and silence is treated like guilt. The men seated before you no longer ask whether the voice was real. That question has already been buried. They ask only whether it can be controlled, whether it obeys, whether it threatens the careful architecture of their power. Stone presses cold against your back. Iron circles your wrists with a patience that feels personal. Chains do not bite all at once. They teach you the shape of captivity slowly, persuading the body to forget freedom before the mind is ready. Damp creeps into your bones. Days lose their edges. Certainty, once so loud, begins to thin, stretched by isolation until it trembles like a thread pulled too tight. You are no longer a banner carried into battle. You are a problem to be corrected. They rewrite you with questions, each one framed like mercy. Did you truly hear God, or did you imagine Him? Were the voices holy, or were they tricks born from a woman's weakness? The room waits for your collapse, because collapse is easier to manage than belief. Loneliness settles in deeper than hunger. The saints fall silent, or perhaps they never left, and it is You who are changing, ground down by the rhythm of interrogation. Faith under pressure does not shatter cleanly. It erodes. It doubts itself. You begin to fear not death, but being wrong. Betrayal arrives quietly, dressed as instruction, when hands that once guided you now adjust the knots meant to bind you. Outside these walls, the world still tells your story as miracle. Inside, you are reduced to flesh, to a voice that must be broken into something safer. Hypocrisy drips from every prayer spoken over you. They needed your conviction when it wore armor and followed orders. They cannot forgive it now that it refuses negotiation. The end approaches without spectacle. No roaring crowd, no theatrical hatred, only preparation. Fire is gathered with the calm efficiency of bureaucracy. Wood stacked, paper signed. This is not rage, this is correction. Fire as punctuation at the end of a sentence written by men who believe history belongs to them. When the flames rise, they do not scream. They instruct. They erase edges, then shapes, then names. Smoke carries the last warmth of your breath upward, as if even the sky is unsure what to do with you. The world exhales, relieved, believing the question has been answered. But I am still here, watching. Because what terrified them was never rebellion. It was certainty that could not be bargained with. History does not burn heretics to destroy them. It burns them to erase the mirror they hold up, the one that asks softly and endlessly who we become when conviction refuses to kneel.